Good morning, children. Have a great day. Hope you're all doing good. Welcome to history class. We are going to start a new lesson in history, lesson number 8, devotional paths and religious movements. Watch the following video, my dear children. If you have any doubts, you can clarify in the online session. Thank you.
The medieval period enjoys a special position in Indian history. During this period, Sufism and Bhakti trends influenced large number of people. In this chapter, we will study the following concepts. 1. Sufism. 2. Bhakti movement. 3. Chief reformers. Popular beliefs and religious debates. Religious beliefs. The medieval period enjoys a special position in Indian history. During this period, Sufism and Bhakti trends influenced a large number of people. The Sufis believed only in one God. Allah was merciful, all-powerful and omnipresent. But to attain Him, it was necessary to have a suitable guide, teacher or peer. They advocated that we should serve one another. They believed in the power of music and started the tradition of Qawwali. They treated other religions with respect. Famous Sufi saints were Data Ganj Bakhsh, Khwaja Moinuddin Chishti, Sheikh Qutubuddin, Bakhtiyar Kaki, Sheikh Farid, Sheikh Nizamuddin Aulia, and Bahauddin Zakaria. Sufism was divided into many orders or silsilas.
The most famous among them were the Chishti and Suhrawardi silsilas.
The Bhakti movement was not a new phenomena of the medieval period. The Bhakti movement was started by Alvars, Vaishnavites and Nayanars, Shaivites in the Tamil region. The Bhakti movement was made popular in different parts of India by different saints. The great preachers of the Bhakti movement were Ramanuja, Ramananda, Vallabhacharya, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Namdev, Ravidas, Kabir, Guru Nanak, etc. They too believed in one God. They considered Him omnipresent and all-powerful. They also believed that one must have a guru or teacher to attain salvation. They stressed on leading a pious life. They strongly criticized idol worship, caste system, and various superstitious beliefs. Their teachings were in the language of the common people. Sufism and the Bhakti movement were to a large extent successful in achieving their goals. Sufism. Sufis were Muslim mystics. Sufis were among the Muslims who had come to India from Persia and other lands in the 11th century. They settled in various parts of India and soon had many Indian followers. The Sufis believed that love and devotion are the means of coming nearer to God. If one loved truly, then one came closer both to God and to one's fellow men. The Sufi saints were opposed to outward religious practices and ritualism and were tolerant to other religions. The Sufi peers or gurus were honored by Hindus and Muslims alike. There were many similarities in the ideas of the Sufis and the Hindu yogis about their interpretation of the nature of God and their relationship with God, soul, and matter. Teaching of Sufism. According to Sufi saints, God is one. We are all the children of God. We should not equate Jesus or Muhammad with God. They were all great but human personalities. For attaining God, we should love one another. Love is the true path to achieve God. Man is great not by what religion he follows, but by his actions. If a man from a low caste does good deeds, he will be called great. All religions are equal, because the attainment of God is the ultimate objective of all of them. The Sufis also held that people needed peers to guide them. Peers were like Hindu gurus. The Sufis developed various methods of training using zikr, chanting of a name, sama, singing, raqs, dancing, contemplation, breath control, etc. Thus emerged the silsilas, which were the orders of different branches of Sufism. Sufi saints. Khwaja Moinuddin Chishti. Hazrat Khwaja Moinuddin Chishti came to India from Central Asia. He made Ajmer his place of residence. He died in 1236 CE and was buried at Ajmer. He preached devotion towards God, love of mankind, and religious liberalism. The Hindus also looked upon him with great respect. Moinuddin Chishti held that music, if played or sung beautifully, brought men closer to God. The ulema were opposed to this idea. They held that religion had nothing to do with music. But the followers of Chishti held grand Qawwali programs at their gatherings. Hindi songs sung in praise of God were also very popular. His dargah is a place of pilgrimage of the Indian Muslims of the Chishti sect. Thousands of people, both Muslims and Hindus, go to Ajmer to pay their respect to the memory of the great saint. A great fair is also held there every year. Mughal Emperor Akbar was a devotee of Sheikh Salim Chishti, whose tomb was built by him at Fatehpur Sikri. Akbar named his son after him. Prince Salim went on to become Jahangir, the fourth Mughal emperor. Sufi saints. Hazrat Nizamuddin Aulia. The Sufi saint whom the public greatly respected was Nizamuddin Aulia. He had his base in the neighborhood of Delhi. He was a fearless and honest man and spoke his mind freely. If he did not like any action of the Sultan, he was not afraid to say so. His dargah in Delhi is a place of pilgrimage for all communities. Both Hindus and Muslims still gather there every year to celebrate the Urs on his birthday. Sufi saints. Baba Farid. Another important Sufi saint was Baba Farid, who lived at Ajodhan, Patan, now in Pakistan. He confined his activities to Hansi, Haryana, and Ajodhan. His outlook was broad and liberal. He preached that the only way to love God was through the love of his people. Some of his verses were included in the Adi Grantha, Shri Guru Granth Sahib, of the Sikhs. There were some other Sufi saints in other parts of India, such as Sayyid Muhammad Gesudaraz at Gulbarga, Shah Alam Bukhari, Gujarat, Bahauddin Zakaria in Multan, and Sheikh Sahibuddin Sohrawadi in Sylhet.
The impact of Sufism on Indian society was significant and far-reaching. The Sufi saints taught the people the message of universal brotherhood of mankind. This encouraged Hindus and Muslims to come closer. This speeded up the process of synthesis between their socio-cultural traits. By their daily life, precepts and virtues, the Sufi saints played a unique role in shaping the character of the people. They raised their voice against the vices prevalent in society, such as slavery, drinking, gambling, hoarding, black marketing, etc. They maintained close contact with the common people. They rendered yeoman services to the poor and downtrodden sections of the society.
In this way, the Sufi saints were able to mitigate the sufferings of those people to some extent.